Whoa, what is going on between Gina and Ricky? Hey guys, it's Kristen and today we are talking about High School Musical, the series, episode 5. Consider subscribing if you like my videos and drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts on this episode. So this episode follows the night of homecoming. So some people are going to the dance, some people are doing their own sort of anti-homecoming, maybe having a little girls' night. So let's start off with Nene and Courtney's night out. They go to a karaoke club with the drama teacher Miss Jen, which, I guess this is one of those shows where you kind of gotta suspend disbelief a little bit because I do think it's kind of weird to go on a night out with your teacher. Regardless, I think Nene definitely got a lot out of the evening. Nene really needed this evening to come to terms with how she's been feeling since this whole revelation with EJ, where she found out that not only did he steal her phone, but he also essentially poisoned someone so that she could get the lead role in their camp musical. And ever since she found that out, she's been feeling like a fraud. Courtney helps her realize that ever since she discovered boys, she's been just trying to see herself through their eyes and not really being herself and not remembering the reason why she loves performing. While they're at the karaoke club, Miss Jen meets Ricky's dad, Mike. Ricky, his family has been struggling a lot because his parents are separating and his dad is really upset about it. So he and Ricky make this bro pact to put themselves out there more. And so with that little boost of help, we get to see Mike and Miss Jen kind of flirting a little bit. I wonder if the two of them will end up having a love connection. I know some people thought Miss Jen might have a love connection with the teacher, Mr. Mazzara, because they kind of have that whole rivalry going on, sort of like a Coach Bolton versus Miss Jarvis vibe. But I kind of like this idea of Miss Jen and Ricky's dad. Last episode when Miss Jen found out that Ricky's parents were separating, she was really nice to him and, definitely sympathetic about his situation. It was kind of like, put yourself and your family first. So maybe this love connection between Mike and Miss Jen could be a good thing. So then at the actual homecoming dance, we see Gina go with EJ. She had this sort of plan that, if she goes with EJ, Nene would be there and be jealous and it would continue to cause a rift in their relationship and maybe cause Nene to drop out of the musical. And after seeing this whole scene of Gina's plan, I kind of realized, this girl is just a kid. She's not a mastermind. She's not coming up with some genius scheme to get Nene out of this play. She's just like a girl who has struggled in her life. She admits that she has home drama going on, and I think that she's just someone who is struggling a bit. And I honestly would love to learn more about that side of Gina because right now I think we've seen a more unsympathetic side of her, and in this episode I think the fact that you kind of realize she's just a kid, she doesn't really have this big plan, she doesn't know what she's doing, she's in over her head, just made me sympathize with her a bit more. And then the connection that she had with Ricky, I honestly was like, wow, maybe these two can be friends, maybe they'll be something more than friends. But I do think that Ricky is one of the most genuine characters in the show, and I think he might be one of my favorite characters, and to see his interactions with other characters, especially like Gina in this episode, added another layer to her character that made me feel like, okay, you know what? There's a lot more going on here than it seems. And then that kiss on the cheek, I don't know where we go from there. Are we moving from a love triangle to a love quadruple? And one of the things I really loved about this episode was that we finally got to dive into some other characters besides, our core 4. This episode we get to see a lot more of Carlos and Seb. We get to see them dancing together, practicing for Bop to the Top, and then Carlos asked Seb to go to the homecoming dance with him, and it was so cute. And even though it kind of seemed like, oh my gosh, is this guy gonna show up? Are they gonna have their dance? Or is he being stood up? When they did finally get together, it was really sweet, and I was so glad we got to focus on some other characters, and I hope that we get to continue into that, especially because we got to find out that the actor who plays Seb got bumped up to a main role for season 2, so hopefully we'll get to focus on some more of the other characters. And then this episode, even though we're following all these different storylines, everything gets to come together in a musical number that I absolutely loved. They sang this song, Born to be Brave. We get to see it start out with Courtney and Nene, and then the song continues on at the homecoming dance, and everyone's kind of just comes together. It's a big musical dance number. We get to see Carlos up in the air getting carried around like a party. This was really fun because I loved, first of all, that they had this song that got to span all of the different characters and the locations that they were at. That was really awesome. And then there was something about seeing Nene and Courtney together singing and performing out in the middle of this alleyway that really reminded me of Chad and Troy singing in the High School Musical franchise. It kind of gave me the Boys Are Back vibes, and I think that's also kind of the message of this song is sort of coming back into yourself and being who you truly are. Basically, we just love a group number, so I was was living for that. At the end of this episode though, there were two things that were on my mind. The first is, does Gina have a crush on Ricky now? What is that going to mean? Is that going to continue to cause more drama? Of course it will. And the second thing is, we find out that Miss Jen missed the homecoming dance. She was supposed to be a chaperone there and it was mandatory. And then the principal calls her and wants to see her in his office the next day because he got some kind of troubling news about her. Did Mr. Mazzara actually tell the principal that she wasn't a featured role in High School Musical, which was kind of one of the factors that got her this job? It just made it look like in the next episode Miss Jen could be let go, and if she is, what is that going to mean for this High School Musical production? Overall, I enjoyed this episode. I had a lot of fun with it. Love the group number. Love all of the Ricky moments. I really think that Joshua Bassett, who plays Ricky, really shines in this production. And not only is he like a good singer, but he has this depth to his acting that really just makes you feel for him and the people around him that he's working with. If you like this one, you can check out more of my High School Musical, the Series reviews right over here, and I will catch you in my next video. See ya!